I'd gone to a lot of schools and a lot of seminars and all over the nation, and I'd been places where they had riots and where they had major problems, and I learned from those. I learned not sometimes how to do it, but how not to do it, which is very important. And then I surrounded myself with good people, and we had no one had any college educations, hardly any at all there then. And John Kirk he was a graduate of Florida State University and had a criminology degree, and he worked for the sheriff's office up there, and I knew his father, who was a sheriff in Palm Beach County. So I brought John down and made him a major, just a young man in the patrol division. And of course I brought John Sala over, and then about 4 or 5 months, a year later, I went to Walter Heinrich had a college degree. He was over at the city, and I knew he had his time in to 20 years. And I went over one day and I said, Walter, I used to work for, he worked together, we did. And I went to him, what are you going to do when you retire? And he said, I have a job teaching in Minnesota. And I'm thinking about going. I said, well, if you don't go, come and see me. And I forgot about it. And about a year later, he walked in and said, you told me to come see you. So I hired him. I made him a major in charge of created a department for him, the crime prevention. And we didn't have a crime prevention then. But we got large enough that we needed one. And Walter had that experience, and I knew about his experience. I knew about the job he had done over in the city, and I made him a major. And I took a little flack from some of my other people, my majors there. And some of the people, they thought about it. I said, well, there's some history between me and that man that you all don't know about, and you don't need to know about. And he did an excellent job. And then David Parrish, he was out in Houston going to school. I graduated from college out there, and a friend of mine called me that when he was going to school at Houston and said, there's someone out here just made for you. You and he are made for each other. And I said, well, have him call me. And David called me and come down, come to Florida and spent about 3 days with me. And he said, I got to go to Colorado, and there's a position out there with the state penal system I may be thinking about. And I said, go, and if you don't like what you see better than you, then let me know. So about a week later, I got a call from David Parrish from Texas. I want to work for you. I said, well, come on down here. And he got down to, where can I start? I said, right now. And so he turned out to be real good. So that's where we started getting people with college degrees. And then I encouraged the people to go to school. I made it easy for them to go to school, work at night, whatever they had to do to get a few hours in at the University of South Florida, Tampa University. And today, I don't think there's hardly anybody down there that doesn't have a degree. And that's where we started, and I thought it was the right thing to do. And the people that at first at college, they come out, they thought the doors were supposed to just open for them. They were going to, I said, it's not going to work that way, boys. You have to come and start from the bottom, and you make it, and they did.